Right then, here we go. I&T service manual for the Super 90 Massey. Hopefully there's enough information in there to walk me through bleeding the injection pump. Seems a bit sketchy at the moment, but I'm sure it'll all make good sense after I've completed the job. Anyway, let's see what happens. According to the manual, you start with the upper screw, work the hand pump with the upper screw open, then proceed to the lower. So I guess I will proceed. The only problem here is that hand primer pump is on the opposite side of the tractor. And I don't know if even my arms are long enough to reach that and still watch this screw. But I guess we'll see. First thing I got to do is find a wrench to fit those. I think it's 1/4 or 5/16. Hopefully not metric. Okay, we got both 1/4 and 5/16. So surely one of these. Okay, it's bigger than 1/4. Yeah. It's in between 1/4 and 5/16. So, looks like a trip to the metric department. Okay, is it 8mm? Yes, pretty darn close. And it is not 7, so we'll go with 8. Hope I'm doing this right. Oh, there we go. Probably not the best place for the trouble light if it does start to spray fuel out of there. Oh, here's our hand primer pump down here. And I'll work this guy. Ooh, that sediment bowl has a fair bit of sediment in it. Oh yeah, that's gonna be a stretch. Well, I have run that pump through several strokes and I'm not seeing any sign of fuel here yet. I have to take it right out. Whatever you do, don't drop that screw. Bloody hell, what was that? Ice coming off the roof. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of fuel drippage here, but it's hard to tell exactly where it's coming from. Yeah, it's another quiet day out here in the sticks. I actually heard the sound of some Canada geese. So they must figure spring is on the way back. Anyway, while we're waiting on the Massey to heat up a little, if you case guys have made it this far into the video, don't know if I ever pointed out my deluxe accessory case toolbox on here. Racine, Wisconsin, USA. Case never put much of a toolbox on these tractors. There's a little compartment in there underneath the seat, and of course the one that I carry around from one tractor to the other, but it's really handy to have something on the outside of the tractor that you don't have to crawl into the cab to get at. Normally I have the lid shut when it's a little more organized. Bolts onto the side rail of the tractor. Good solid mounting. Yeah, it's crude, but it works. I'm guessing nobody will be able to tell. Well, there's a few people out there that will recognize that toolbox, where it comes from. I'll maybe wait till the end of the video to give away that little information. Oh, and check this out. Last fuel filter change on here, March 30th of 06. At 6,003 hours. I'm not sure exactly what we're at now on the hour meter, but I know it's well over 8,000. So 2,000 hours on a set of fuel filters. Good old fleet guards. Probably a good thing to look into changing them just as routine preventive maintenance, although there's no sign of any fuel blockage or power loss. Well, I don't know if it's had half an hour yet, but it's a big 1500 watt heater, and it's not super cold today, so I guess you have to ask yourself, do I feel lucky today? See what happens. Nope, I'd say we got air. This one normally fires up on the first crank. So, I guess I'm gonna have to bleed the bleeding injectors. Well, bleeding those injectors is just about as much fun as I remembered it from many years ago. So far I'm getting nowhere. I've got them all the fuel line nuts are loose, and when I crank it over, it's showing a little bit of fuel coming out, but certainly not high pressure like you'd expect from a diesel injection pump. Anyway, the battery's getting a little tired right now, so I'm going to give it a little recovery time and a little charge up, and to be continued. Well, I've gone through the bleeding process another time. The battery's had a few hours of charging, so I'll give it another little shot here. Loud. I guess we'll call that a success. I did get one more shot of air out of that the lower bleeding screw on the injection pump, so I guess that's what it took. And I haven't had the throttle set to wide open. That's what they recommend in the instructions, to set it for wide open throttle when you're going to bleed the injectors. So obviously that's what it needed. Anyway, I'm going to call that done, and that might just be the end of the video, unless I can get this door open and get the tractor out and do a little bale moving. Oh, that does not look good. Snow has melted, run into the groove where the door has to slide. And I don't think even the crowbar is going to move that, but I'll see.